And welcome into this edition of ACAP Today for the early part of November 2023. I'm Jason Parent with Aroostook County Action Program. On this week's edition of ACAP Today, it is November, and that is the month of the Great American Smokeout. So we're going to talk with members of ACAP's prevention team about some tobacco cessation resources that are available for folks right here in Aroostook County. We're going to have that conversation in advance of the Great American Smokeout in just a little bit. But before we do that, we're first going to turn to the news and information that you can use again for this first half of October 2023. And we begin in the news and information that you can use with this. It's also this time of year. It's time once again for open enrollment through coverme.gov. That's the state of Maine's affordable healthcare coverage network. ACAP is a continued provider of services to be able to help folks better understand what their options are and to help them navigate the state's health insurance marketplace. So if you are looking for health insurance, affordable health insurance that starts in the new year, we certainly encourage you to reach out to us. If you're currently enrolled through coverme.gov and would just like to see what your options are, please do give us a call here at ACAP. Enrollment for 2024 coverage or open enrollment for that 2024 coverage is available now through the 15th of January. Obviously, if you enroll after the 15th of January, your benefits don't take effect on the 1st, but you can enroll up to the 15th of January for consideration in 2024. Now, if you have any questions regarding your coverage or need assistance with enrolling, you can contact our team at 764-3721, extension 222. Again, 764-3721, extension 222. We also want to let you know about this upcoming activity. It's on Thursday, November 16th. It's ACAP's annual Helping Hands Telethon coming right up again on WAGM. It's helping to raise fuel dollars or dollars for fuel assistance for individuals who are not otherwise immediately able to qualify for the Home Energy Assistance Program or other federal benefits offered through ACAP or other partners. Again, the Helping Hands Telethon is coming up on WAGM in partnership with United Way of Aroostook, ACAP, and WAGM Thursday, November 16th, beginning bright and early at 5 a.m. and running through 8 p.m. on WAGM TV. We also want to remind folks that if you are looking for assistance with your energy bills this coming season, the best place to check it out is through ACAP's Home Energy Assistance Program. You can give us a call directly at 768-3053 or email us at energy@acap-me.org for an appointment. Now, the 2023-24 season income guidelines are noted right there on your screen. They're based upon household size. If your household is larger than 5 individuals, we do have that information as well here at the agency. Maximum gross household income is based on the number of people in the household. Other program guidelines and requirements may apply. We also are able to deduct some medical expenses, so please do give us a call if you think that you are close to qualifying within the income guidelines and would like to schedule an appointment for this season. ACAP's Homeowner Assistance Fund, or should I say Maine Housing's Homeowner Assistance Fund, is available and we can help you apply through ACAP. The Maine Homeowner Assistance Fund can help eligible homeowners with up to $50,000 in benefits that can be used for a variety of expenses or past due bills for Maine homeowners. These include mortgage payments, homeowners insurance, property taxes, utilities, fuel accounts, and broadband internet service bills. Now, these are for individuals who have owned their home since before January 21, 2020, and who have experienced financial hardships after January 1, 2020. Income eligibility guidelines are there on your screen, more liberal than other programs typically are. Certainly give us a call here at ACAP if you would like more information on how you can apply or assistance on completing that application so that we can certainly get you that information. This is a very valuable program that many folks can take advantage of, and it will last until about February or March, depending on available funds. Youth workforce development programs continue to be offered throughout Aroostook County, and we're very thankful for the employers listed on your screen here for providing local employment opportunities for youth age 16 through 24 to engage in learning and real-life experiences. Through these youth development programs, students learn about understanding their community, developing relationships with their communities, and developing solid plans for the future. Participants are provided with the opportunity to gain meaningful paid work experience at local Aroostook County businesses. businesses. If you're a youth age 16 through 24 and would like to learn more about this program, or if you're a business and would like to consider taking on some of these local youth and paid experiences that ACAP provides the stipend to pay the youth for, we would certainly welcome your contact. Please give us a call here at the agency and ask for workforce development. Free at-home COVID tests are again available to community members. They have been since late September. You can go to covidtest.gov to check out your COVID test status and be able to get your COVID test sent to you in the mail. COVID tests are provided by the federal government at no cost or low cost to folks, but covidtest.gov, they are still offering them for free. Please do check out covidtest.gov. We are also reminding folks that we have started our school-age childcare program in the Caribou Community School. If you have a child that you would like age 5 through 12 years of age to enroll in this program, you can certainly reach out to us. Our enrollment specialist, Marcy Driscoll, is available at 207-554-4175, or you can email her at mdriscoll@acap-me.org. Again, this is for children ages 5 to 12 years of age. It's offered in the Caribou Community School during the school year from 2:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. and during school breaks from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. If you would like to help with tax preparation this coming season to help individuals who make a certain income or less be able to have free tax preparation, we are actively looking for volunteers throughout Aroostook County, and we will have locations up in Fort Kent and down in Holton that will be doing tax filing for individuals, and we are very much looking for volunteers and interested in learning about your interest in volunteering. You can go to cashmain.org, or you can email us at info@acap-me.org to sign up for the program. We're looking for folks who want to assist their neighbors, learn new skills, build their resume. You can join volunteers who brought over $3.9 million in federal tax refunds to Maine households last year, including households right here in Aroostook County. We are also now offering a program to pregnant and expectant mothers and women of childbearing age here in Aroostook County called Vitamin Angels, and the program offers free multivitamins to women of childbearing age, includes these free prenatal vitamins. They're available if you want to contact us at 764-3721 or info@acap-me.org for more information. We'd be glad to connect you with more information on this program. And we are also connecting folks with the Affordable Connectivity Program. That's high-speed internet that helps individuals, households connect to things that matter, like work, school, healthcare, and more. Nearly 7,000 households in Aroostook County have access to internet savings thanks to the FCC's Affordable Connectivity Program. And ACAP is a place you can go to get started and get the application process completed. Or you can go to getinternet.gov or give us a call, like I said, here at 764-3721. And we also wanted to share with you that the average household benefit comparison for the Home Energy Assistance Program, which I spoke of earlier, has decreased drastically for the coming 2023-2024 season. As you can see there on your screen, the benefit, although it's improved a little bit since our most recent meeting from about $550 to about $720, we wanted folks to be aware of this, to plan accordingly. Last year, there was much more in terms of supplemental payments being offered for the state, as well as the Winter Energy Relief Program, which was able to help more in more households. But we can say for right now, it appears that the average household benefit for an average household applying for heat this winter will be about $720. And finally, if you are in need of some support or other information or a connection to services, please do call us here at ACAP. We are available to assist you in many ways and in ways that we haven't certainly mentioned here in this broadcast. So please do give us a call if you are in need of assistance, and our team of navigators can certainly give you a hand. The telephone number is 764-3721. They can assist with things like employment, housing, applying for benefits, food and wellness, connecting to resources, and early care and education. All of that available to folks here in Aroostook County. And as I mentioned at the top of this week's ACAP Today, we're joined by two of ACAP's prevention community educators, and we're going to talk about the Great American Smokeout, which is coming up later this month, and tobacco cessation and other resources available to community members. So I want to welcome both Chastity Holland and Megan Lakem, two ACAP community educators, as I indicated there. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Chast, I know this is a return appearance for you, but Megan, I believe this is your first appearance on ACAP Today, so a special welcome to you.
Thank you. Yes.
So let's start right where I indicated. This is a month where a lot of people think about quitting tobacco products and kicking the habit because of the Great American Smokeout. And then obviously heading into the new year, many folks are also thinking about that as a potential New Year's resolution. So let's talk about some of the resources available through ACAP and other partners of ours. Chas, why don't we begin with you as the seasoned professional here?
Thanks so much. So a lot of the resources that we have like two specifically that we use. Main Quit Link would be the first one for really it's for any age, but it's most effective for like those 18 to adult age, or older than that. And then for the younger students, we have a program that we started using last year. It's called My Life, My Quit, and that's geared more towards like the 13 to 17 age bracket. And the reasoning is it's more tailored towards youth. So they do like texting programs, and they have different resources that appeal more to the younger age range. With the My Quit Link, Main Quit Link, sorry. Their resources, they tailor, it's kind of a coaching process in hand with nicotine replacement therapy. So the nicotine replacement therapy is something that the client or the person who is trying to quit their nicotine addiction, they can get the nicotine replacement therapy through their PCP, or there are different avenues that Main Quit Link will assist them to get that. And then in conjunction, the nicotine replacement therapy and the coaching, I believe it increases the success rate of a quit by like 36%. So it's a pretty good increase.
Yes, it does sound like that. And I want to get back to you about that discussion, Chas, about the different sort of avenues that are available to folks, including the support that you just mentioned there. But Megan, I want to chat with you first about the fact that when we think about smoking, many of us think, or when we think about use of tobacco products, many of us think about the traditional smoking, folks smoking cigarettes, but less and less, that's not necessarily the case anymore, is it?
Right. Absolutely. So since 2018, we've stepped into this epidemic and this kind of huge crisis of vaping. And vaping is actually, it's a misconception. A lot of youth and young adults think that vaping is water-based, which is actually not true. Vaping is actually aerosoling, which sounds kind of really gross, but it is what it is. So it's aerosoling, and Chas and I actually are doing a program through Catch My Breath. And so we just created and started piloting this program through the Maine Cancer Foundation. So I know we might talk about that later, but so that's something that we have been doing. And so this program, we're doing a peer leadership opportunity program where we're helping train our youth who are stepping up and becoming leaders in their communities. And then they are going out and training and preventing vaping. And so the amazing thing about the Catch My Breath program and what we're doing is that schools who implement the Catch My Breath program are 45% less likely to have a student who would have started vaping for the next school year not. So I think that's pretty amazing.
Does. It sounds like it's great, Tess. I do want to get to that program here in just a little bit, but when you talked about the support, certainly this is a new support available for youth, but what other supports are out there for folks who are looking to quit? I mean, we obviously know about the nicotine replacement and that kind of therapy, but it often involves more than just the sort of the need for tobacco and the sort of addiction, if you will, to the tobacco product, there's also support available.
Yeah, so the biggest supports that we can offer as community educators, we can't do the cessation piece of that. So our biggest part in it is to make the connections to those two resources, and also to teach the community how to make those connections as well. So we do offer training that helps. We've helped a lot of childcare providers who can help the parents that they work with, connect them to that main quit link. We work with a lot of schools, a lot of the guidance counselors, and hire staff supports to show them how to make the connections. We're leaning towards a more restorative approach within schools. We're trying to encourage schools, rather than suspending students, to let us give the students education on the products and the downfalls that come with it. We know as educators what the effects of vaping are. But I think a lot of students are starting to use the product without knowing that it truly does cause depression, and it truly does cause anxiety. And if someone's picking up the tool to help overcome those things, in the end, it's ending up making it worse. And then on top of battling depression and anxiety, they're also trying to figure out how to quit the nicotine portion too. So yes, the biggest resources that we have, like I said, are the main quit link and the My Life, My Quit for the younger age bracket.
Now, let's dive in a little bit, Megan, into this new program, this peer-to-peer network program that's being offered in partnership with, I think it's American Cancer Society, as you've indicated. Is that correct? Sorry, I want to fact check on that.
The Maine Cancer Foundation.
Foundation, sorry. Thank you very much
That's
for correcting. And so talk about this new program.
So this is a program that Chastity has started and created and piloted. So I feel very honored to be able to speak to this. So thank you on that. And so what we're doing right now, so we've already rolled out last month, working in the Valley. So we've worked with a high school and a college student. We've trained those folks. And right now, in the month of November, they are working on their peer-to-peer. So they're taking those older peers, and those older peers are right now working with, I believe it's their 6th grade in their district. And so they're working on doing that peer leadership. We're also branching out into other schools right now. So this is exciting. So we're working on the partnership with Presque Isle and Caribou, as well as we've already started to implement what it means for the outskirts schools. And so we're working on creating a youth advisory board for a different initiative and a different kind of approach on how we're going to work with more rural schools. So that's where we're kind of at on that front. Is there anything I'm missing, Chas?
Yes, go ahead and pick it up.
Yeah, no, that was definitely a fantastic overview. Yes, where we have trained some students in Fort Kent, like Megan said, and the hope is that this is just going to continue growing. So Megan and I are only 2 community educators responsible for the entire county, and we know that while it's possible, it could be quite a daunting task, because there's 2 of us, and we have I believe we have 16 middle and high schools across the county that we could cover. And we know that we need to get the education in to especially the middle schools, the younger students, before they even think about starting. The common misconception that we're hearing is that these students, like Megan said earlier, think that they're just vaping water, or that it's just chocolate or something like that. And what we know is that there's actually no water in these products at all. So our goal is to get in as young as possible, and through the peer leadership opportunity, we're able to get near peers. So with our middle schools, we're able to get high school students, just someone that they look up to, and someone who can guide them to make better choices into the school, to teach the education, and hope that that'll make a larger impact.
And what has been the response so far from the youth that you have signed up to serve as those near peers, if you will?
Yeah, I think that they're pretty excited to get the information going. We have some that are a little nervous. They're not as outspoken and ready to get in front of the class, but I think that after they do the first session or two, I think those nerves will go away. They'll get to know the students that they're working with, and then it'll just become a really nice relationship. I think that, so we are scheduled to have a couple more, sorry, my dog popped on the screen there. We are scheduled to have a couple more meetings with these so that we can continue to educate them on, different peer-to-peer responses. So giving them a little bit more motivational interviewing education, and teaching them how to listen to what their peers have to say, and how to facilitate the program properly. We want to make sure that at the end of the day, we're educating the students and we're not causing harm.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead, Megan.
I think what's really interesting too is the youth are really interested and amazed. I keep hearing the feedback that they're amazed on how many chemicals are found in vape. Youth are really interested in learning how that nicotine develops the addiction and what that looks like in reducing the dopamine in our brains. And so that's really interesting. And it's just interesting how like the teens are blown away that there's formaldehyde or propylglycol, I hope I'm saying that right, and how there's a lot of chemicals that like antifreeze, like a lot of things that we would never choose to inhale or use as an inhalant. And so I think students are really wowed by how kind of gross and how those chemicals are found in vape, which they always thought was water, chocolate, fruity pebbles. So
And although, the Great American Smokeout that we're all talking about is really about trying to get folks to quit the habit, you two are really on the front lines of trying to prevent folks from picking up the habit, especially youth, altogether to begin with. How is that effort going, especially, Megan, in light of the fact that there's so many additional lures like vaping and a lot of misconceptions in terms of the safety of that as opposed to the traditional cigarette smoking that many of us think of?
I think it's really interesting. So we were recently, in the previous month, we went to different college and high school career fairs. And that was an opportunity where we got to speak with students who self-identified as using vape. And so it's just really interesting how, from their perspective, how the pandemic kind of changed their idea and how they didn't have that preventative piece. So for me, hearing these teens who are actively in our high schools talk about how they're vaping and how they wish they never started and they wish they had that education, that really motivates me to keep going and to keep talking to students and keep having these conversations organically, and to not be judgeful of students who are already vaping or in these kind of unfortunate situations or who want to get out of addiction. And that's why Chas and I do what we do. And that's why we feel so passionate about giving the resources. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's another important thing to point out is, we're not going into the schools and saying you need to quit, you need to put it away. Truthfully, our part in this education is to really to educate the students so that they can make that decision, and see the truths about what's going on. So we know that vaping is a social it's a social thing. Students are picking it up because their friends are vaping or a friend offers it to them or something like that. And a lot of these students will pick up a vape that they presume has no nicotine in it. So the packaging will say it has 0% nicotine. And then research shows it's proven that a lot of these that have zero nicotine, many of them have up to 12 milligrams in it. So going into it thinking that you're going to pick up something that has no nicotine at all and you'll be free from the addiction and you won't have to worry about it. And the next thing you know, you're having a lot of the same symptoms and different things like that because it actually, you were lied to. It actually had the nicotine in it. So it's important for us to get into the schools and really teach the students this education so that they can start off with the upper hand when it comes to this epidemic.
Are
Something
you?
also, sorry, Jason,
No,
something
no, go ahead.
also
I love it. You guys
um,
are great.
is that I had a conversation with a young man, and he was talking to me about how he's tried several times to quit vaping and how he can't afford to vape anymore. He's a senior in high school, and how he started smoking regular cigarettes because he's addicted, and he told me he felt a lot of shame around it. And we talked about how actually students who are vaping are 4 times more likely to become traditional cigarette smokers because of the addiction. And so I kind of like told him, like, you were tricked into vaping, you're tricked into this addiction. And we were able to give him a pause kit, which are kits that we've created. It's like a little, actually, Chas, why don't you talk about the pause kit? But so anyhow.
So the pause kits, it's just a little bag, a little kind of like a zipper bag, and inside it has a tool. So there's a writing utensil and a journal so that the students can journal their thoughts or their progress or different things like that. It has something scented. So there's like a lavender or a citrus scent. We have a couple different ones in like a Play-Doh or something tactile. So there's something that they can do with their hands. So we're trying to target the different senses. So if the student is having a craving that's really strong and they're in the middle of class, the toolkit is designed so that they can take out something that's in the bag in a non-distracting way. The items that are in it, they don't make noise. They're just little things that help their senses. So either they're tactile, so their touch, their sense of smell, they can write something down. We've tried to just kind of cover the majority of the bases as far as that's concerned. And then they can also add, if they have something that they like to use, I don't know, some students like Pop-Its, some students like Play-Doh, there's all different things that they can use. But the intent is that, we can start them off on a good foot.
And for that student, it was just really sorry for that student. He was just really happy to have something that can get him through the school day, and that was something that he himself had mentioned that he felt was a challenge, was getting through the school day because smoking and vaping is not allowed on campus, and so he was really excited about that, very appreciative, and he was very eager to try to get some help through the Mean Quit link.
What are you both hearing from youth in terms of how they're accessing both vaping products and cigarettes, as you just mentioned?
Well, that is another thing that we have to be cautious of. So it's not legal for anyone under the age of 21 to purchase vape products. So the unfortunate piece here is because it's not legal for them to purchase, they have to obtain it either from a peer who was older or, take it from a parent or, different things like that. Something that we also have to be cautious of is if these students are getting their vape from a third party, we have to be cautious that what they are receiving is truly what they think they're receiving. We have to be careful that it's not laced with something else, or that it doesn't have other chemicals or whatever added into it. So that is another it's another thing that we're facing, another downfall.
And to add on that too, we've had a lot of conversations with parents who have kind of talked about how that they thought vaping was harm reducing, and so they thought it would be a safe item to give their child and their young adult. And so I've heard a lot, and I've had a lot of conversations with youth and parents alike who are giving nicotine to their children unknowingly because they're purchasing vape products that say that there's no nicotine on it. So, and parents think that they're giving it to their child to do a TikTok challenge when they're blowing smoke and things. And really, they're giving them a nicotine addiction. And it's the same with youth. A lot of youth just have misconceptions on what vaping really is. And so that really contributes to the comfort level of vaping.
Now, I know you're both doing a lot of work in schools and certainly with adults, but part of the tobacco prevention community education platform also includes working with local businesses and organizations. And you guys do some pretty robust work as it relates to helping businesses set up some policies that can support some of the work that you're doing across the community. So maybe talk about some of the work that you're doing with local businesses and organizations.
Yes, I'm hopeful that my dogs aren't going to continue barking because that's what they're doing right now. So yes, we work very closely with businesses all throughout the county to help them develop smoke-free policies for their business. The policy it's a great way to cover your business, especially if let me think for a second. Sorry. The policies are a great way to ensure that people aren't smoking in or around your business. So that helps to, protect your products from secondhand smoke. It helps to protect, people from smoking in or within close proximity to your business. And it really just gives business owners a leg to stand on in the event that something were to happen. I think for the most part, community members are pretty respectful when it comes to knowing that, you can't just walk into a store smoking a cigarette. I think that's pretty well known across the board. It's more so helpful for, if someone were to stop and smoke right outside your door or something like that, you can, use that policy to make sure that they understand that, the air does enter the building, and, we have people who are allergic. We have people who have tried to quit who may be triggered by, the smell or whatever. So, it's really just helpful for everybody.
A couple examples that come to mind too. So Chas and I had worked on creating a policy for a dog park in kind of more northern Aroostook. And part of that dog park was actually turf, which was flammable. And the owner had talked about how stressful it was to see people smoking on the turf while their dogs are playing because it is flammable. And she was really afraid there would be a fire or that she would have to close that part. So we were able to work with that and kind of make that so everyone knows that we don't smoke on the turf. And then secondly, there's a wonderful place in Caribou that has an outdoor coffee lounge. And so we actually we created the policy with that coffee cafe, and then they were able to call us back and say, hey, we've created this outside lounge, a lot of people are smoking out there, do you have any more additional signs for us to put and implement our smoke-free policy outside? So I felt really happy to be able to meet the needs of the community in that way. So
Great. meeting the needs of the community in many ways, the both of you and our entire prevention team working certainly beyond just tobacco prevention and working in many other ways. What's the last thing that you want to leave folks with as we're sort of nearing our time together here? Chas, let me begin with you, and then Megan, have you follow up on that.
Sure thing. I think if you think you might be ready to quit, contact us for a pause kit. You can contact the main quit link. It's mainquitlink.org, I believe, and or the My Life My Quit. That one is, I believe, mylifemyquit.org. And it's never too late to start your quit journey. We have resources, we have all kinds of, we're willing to try anything to help, well, almost anything to help people get to that the ultimate goal of being smoke free, because as educators and through our learning, we understand the difficulties that it causes through financial difficulties or mental health difficulties, different things like that. So we really want to see better things for our community members.
Megan?
I think the most important thing to walk away with in any conversation I have with anyone is that vaping is not safe. Vaping is not water, it's aerosoling, and there's a lot of chemicals that are not meant for your body. And so that's where I want to leave that. So, yeah.
Right. Well, thank you both, Megan Lakem and Chastity Holland, for that a great conversation about resources available to help prevent individuals from getting into the habit of using tobacco products, and also resources that are available locally and elsewhere to help folks kick the habit. We certainly appreciate that, as there are many things coming at you from many different angles, including obviously vaping and how much that's been proliferated in recent years, as both of you have pointed out. Before we leave you and before we leave everyone else, we want to first bring to you our photo of our snapshot, our special snapshot of the highlight time period here for early November. And this highlight snapshot takes us to a community partner event. That's the Presque Isle Rotary Club's Purple Pinky Project. Say that 10 times fast. Our HR generalist, Jamie Garrett, participated in the annual Purple Pinky Project with two of our good community partners there. That's Martin Puckett, former city manager of Presque Isle, who is now the new executive director of the Central Heuristic Association. Congratulations and welcome to that new role, Martin. And of course, Tricia House there, who is the area representative for U.S. Senator Susan Collins, also a great partner of ours as well. So Jamie hanging out with some good folks there on this week's highlight snapshot with the Purple Pinky Project of the Presque Isle Rotary Club. And that's this ACAP Today edition for the early part of November 2023. I'm Jason Parent with the Aroostook County Action Program. We'll be back in the latter half of the month with our late November edition. Until then, have a great and safe week, everyone. Bye.